Hello everyone, this is Indrajit Ganguly and welcome to your history class. Dear students, in my last class I have discussed with you about the story of slave dynasty. Right, and I hope if you remember that the successor of Ghiyasuddin Balban, Kaikobad, was murdered by Jalaluddin Khalji in 1290 AD, and Jalaluddin Khalji established the Khalji dynasty in the Delhi Sultanate. So, when I ask you who is the founder of the Khalji dynasty, then you can tell me the answer Jalaluddin Khalji, right? You will be surprised to hear this. Jalaluddin Khalji was murdered by his own nephew and son-in-law Alauddin Khalji. And after the death of Jalaluddin, Alauddin became the successor of Jalaluddin and the new ruler of the Delhi Sultanate. Remember students, Alauddin Khalji was one of the greatest rulers in the history of medieval India because he was a very efficient and capable both administratively and militarily. During his reign, the Delhi Sultanate expanded. Remember students, Alauddin Khalji was the first ruler of the Delhi Sultanate who expanded towards South India. His conquest of Gujarat gave him access to its ports and overseas. Alauddin also brought Rajasthan under his control. In the south, he sent his commander Malik Kafur to bring the rich kingdoms of the Deccan under control. Malik Kafur led two campaigns in South India. The first against Warangal, you can see in the map, this is Warangal. It is presently located in Telangana. And another against Dwara Samudra and Mabar. Remember students, both these Dwara Samudra and Mabar are recently located in Karnataka. So we can say that for the first time, Muslim armies penetrated as far as Madurai in the south and brought back untold wealth. Another important contribution of Alauddin Khalji in the medieval India was to construct a garrison town called Shiri. Now the question is, what is garrison town? Remember student, garrison town is a town where army or troops stationed there. Remember students, the garrison town Shiri, the spelling is S-I-R-I, Shiri was constructed in Delhi. Now the question is why? Remember, I hope you remember that Delhi and India was in great fear of Mongol attack, right? So Alauddin Khalji did not take any risk and he constructed the garrison town at Delhi and he named it as Shiri. Remember student, it is very important for 1 mark question. And a large water reservoir called Hochkhash, also part of the city complex. Okay, this is also important for 1 mark question. When you visit Qutub Minar, you can see this magnificent architecture. This architecture is generally known as Alai Darwaza. Okay, I am repeating once again, Alai Darwaza. Remember students, Alai Darwaza was also constructed by Alauddin Khalji. Clear? Now, the major contribution of Alauddin Khalji in the medieval history of India was to introduce price control policy. Alauddin Khalji fixed the cost of all commodities from food grains, sugar, cooking oil to clothes, horses and cattle. And very harsh punishments were given if any shopkeeper charged a higher price or tried to cheat by using false weights and measures. These measures benefited the people. As you all know that these rulers in the Delhi Sultanates, they are Muslims, right? And the most of the subjects in India, in the subcontinent, are non-Muslims. So these measures of Alauddin Khalji proved him remarkable ruler in the history of India. In the field of military administration, Alauddin Khalji introduced the system called Dag and Hulia. Okay, I am repeating once again, Dag and Hulia. Remember students, Alauddin paid his soldiers in cash and gave them imported horse of good breed. So the branding of horse is generally known as Dag, so that a soldier could not exchange or replace his good quality horse for cheaper horses. because a detailed description of each horse was kept in there to the Delhi Sultanate. So that was a very unique system. Another system was that is called Hulia. Remember students, in your book there is a mention of Chehra. So I am requesting you to please cut the word Chehra. The actual word is Hulia. Okay, Tag and Hulia was introduced by Alauddin Khilji. Spelling of Hulia is Huliya. Now, Hulia is a system of identification. Right. Nowadays, we have an identity card and Aadhaar card. And our identity card and Aadhaar card contain from our name to date of birth, father's name, address, everything. Right. So, Hulia is that a system where a detailed description of each soldier was kept to prevent substitution. Okay, so these two systems was very unique and that was introduced during the time of Khilji dynasty. After the death of Alauddin Khilji, once again there was a chaos and confusion, and a new dynasty led by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq came to the throne, and this dynasty was known as Tughlaq dynasty. So who is the founder of the Tughlaq dynasty? Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Remember students, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq built a huge fort in Tughlaqabad which was massive and had 13 gates. He built Tughlaqabad, the third capital of Delhi. Remember students, you can see on your screen these are the ruins of Tughlaqabad. When you visit Delhi, you can see the ruins of Tughlaqabad. So the third capital of Delhi, which is Tughlaqabad, was built by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. It is very important for short question. After the death of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, his son Muhammad bin Tughlaq became the successor. In some ways, he was the most remarkable ruler of his age. Remember students, Muhammad bin Tughlaq built another capital city of Delhi which is known as Jahanpana. I am repeating once again, Jahanpana. It is also important for 1 mark question. But remember students, because of his reformation policy and for his whimsical decisions, Muhammad bin Tughlaq was regarded as the mad king of India. Now, why he was regarded so? I will discuss you one by one. Number 1, first of all, he shifted the capital of Hindustan from Delhi to Daulatabad. You can see this is Delhi and this is Daulatabad. And the distance between Delhi to Daulatabad is approximately 1500 kilometers. Why so? Because I hope you know that Delhi was in great fear of Mongol attacks. So therefore, Muhammad bin Tughlaq decided to shift the capital or transfer the capital from Delhi to Daulatabad. Many people died due to the rigorous journey and the heat, since the movement took place during the summer season. Moreover, many of those who reached Daulatabad became homesick. So the decision of shifting the capital from Delhi to Daulatabad was proved as blunder. Another decision of Muhammad bin Tughlaq was to introduce token currency. It was the currency that was prepared with the metals called bronze and copper instead of gold and silver. But the problem is, when Sultan used bronze and copper in making of currency, obviously bronze and copper was easily available in the market. So these currently was easily counterfeited by anyone. The meaning of counterfeit is imitate or fake. So these currency can easily be faked by anyone. So therefore, the value of new coins fell sharply, and finally Sultan had to withdraw the currency. So the introduction of token currency was another failure. Next decision of Muhammad bin Tughlaq was he increased the tax in the Gangetic Doab region. This is the Gangetic Doab region, basically in the regions of Uttar Pradesh, and these caused peasant revolt in the Delhi Sultanate. Sultan knew that it was a year of famine, but still he ordered to increase the tax to the peasantry in the Gangetic Doab regions. So that caused peasant revolt in the reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. That's why historians regarded him as the mad king of India. After the death of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, his cousin Firoz Shah Tughlaq became the next ruler of the Tughlaq dynasty. Remember students, Firoz Shah Tughlaq was very well known ruler in the history of Delhi Sultanate because of his welfare measures. He set up hospitals for free treatment of the poor. He promoted agriculture by digging of wells and constructing many irrigation canals. These canals were meant for irrigation purpose and also providing water to some of the new towns which were built by Firoz. Remember students, some of the new towns were built by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Example, Jaunpur, Firozabad, Hisar, Firoz Shah Kotla and many more. And some of these towns were built by Firoz Shah Tughlaq even exist today. So, in the last of the Tughlaq dynasty, India faced the attack of Timur Lenk. Remember students, Timur Lenk claimed that he was belonged to the blood relation of Genghis Khan. So, we can say that India faced the Mongol attacks. So, how will India overcome from these Mongol attack and how the Delhi Sultanate continued? It will be discussed in my next class. Thank you and have a nice day.